Hey guys, it's Bikram Dosanjh from the urban agency Cityscape Real Estate, and today I'm super excited to be interviewing Kash Pashootan, the CEO of Emblem Developments. Because of COVID, we got to do this a little bit different and creative, so we're doing it over Zoom. Kash, thank you for taking out your time for being on this interview, and honestly, really do appreciate it. And I would like to start with a little bit of your background, and then how Emblem came to be, and then from there we'll continue on to Hamilton and the project. So once again, thank you, Kash.
Great to be with you today, Bikram. My background, I've spent the last close to 25 years managing investment portfolios for wealthy families. And in that time, we spend a lot of that time uncovering opportunities in the stock market, in the bond market, and in the real estate market. And Emblem is really our real estate development arm of our investment firm. It's the private equity arm of our firm. What's unique about Emblem is that it has such strong financial backing from the investment firm behind it. In fact, Emblem has access to close to $1 billion of Canadian capital, which is very important for buyers to know and be aware of, because when we do a project, let's say like One Jarvis, we actually have the financial capability to build it without any financing should we need to. So that's my background and how Emblem came to be. Today, Emblem has one of the most active pipelines of any developer in the GTA. We have 2 years worth of sales launches already set. We have approximately 3,500 suites under development, which represents in excess of $2 billion of development value.
That's very impressive. And I know you guys have a huge pipeline, and you guys just don't do projects anywhere. You really are very strategic with pinpointing the right locations, because you guys do come from an investment background. You always want to make sure that you guys are making money and the clients are making money and everyone continues to grow. And you guys could not have picked a better area. I know Hamilton's going through a huge revitalization. It's not just public money, it's a lot of private money, institutional money. There's a lot of smart money coming in. I know you talk a lot about smart money, so let's touch on the smart money coming in and why you guys chose Hamilton and One Jarvis, which is right in the center of downtown Hamilton.
Definitely, yeah. So currently we're involved in a variety of markets on the residential development side. We have 4 buildings under construction in Ottawa. We have projects in Hamilton, Mississauga, downtown Toronto, Leaside. And out of all of these areas, Bikram, and even areas we're not in but we're analyzing, we see the single greatest upside opportunity, the greatest growth potential in pricing in Hamilton. And there's a variety of reasons for that, but one of the main reasons is the unprecedented amount of government investment that's going into Hamilton. History shows us that when you invest alongside the government, you tend to do very well. And we are opportunistic. We identify these type of opportunities. It's what we've been doing for 25 years. And really, just to quote the numbers, $500 million from the government to redo the downtown area in Hamilton. And this is why we looked for development sites to be right in the middle of that, so they benefit most directly. So One Jarvis, being downtown, is literally right in the middle of where this $500 million is being allocated. In addition to that, another $140 million from the government to redo the waterfront. And when you have that kind of investment from the government, it attracts investments from other large corporations and other individuals and companies. We saw with Bell Canada announcing $400 million investment into the city of Hamilton, which of course creates a lot of jobs, creates a lot of demand for housing. And I think this is just the early days. This is going to continue to go and domino effect, especially now that the government investment has been made. So for us, we see the greatest upside appreciation potential in Hamilton. And that's why not only are we doing One Jarvis, but in addition to One Jarvis, we have approximately 1 million square feet of residential under development within a 5-minute walk of this location. So this will be the first phase of a multiple phase rollout that we will do. And for buyers that acquire units in One Jarvis at this time, their timing is phenomenal, because every future launch we do will of course be at a higher price, increasing their profit on what they paid for One Jarvis with each building that we launch.
Yeah, Kash, honestly, thank you for that information. I totally agree with you. When we're not talking about a small investment, it's nearly $1 billion investment from different, from the government, from institutions, and that's not including investments that you guys are bringing into downtown Hamilton. And, going back to your point that it is, the first phase of multiple phases that you're going to bring to Hamilton. I remember selling Mississauga in 2010, And it was a totally different Mississauga a decade ago. And the people that bought, in the first phases of those developments have made significant returns on their money over that decade. Because like you said, every project that came afterwards was always at a higher premium. The cost of construction goes up, the cost of land goes up. So naturally the cost to build these products is gonna go up. So if you get in the start, in an area where there's that much redevelopment happening, you can't go wrong. And I've seen this over the last, I've been in the business 11 years, not 25 years yet, but in 11 years I've seen significant changes in Mississauga, but even in downtown Toronto, like King West. Those areas changed huge in a decade, right? So you always want to, align yourself with the right people, but try to get in the start, and that's what One Jarvis is. Let's talk a little bit more about One Jarvis, the project itself, the design behind it. I know you guys are very design focused. You guys are very, very, hands-on on everything from floor plans to finishes to the way the building looks to the amenities. So let's talk a little bit about the project itself now.
Sure, yeah. I mean, as you know, with Emblem, we really, every product, every building that we do, we're looking to raise the standard from what's already there in the community that we go into. And we're doing exactly that with One Jarvis. One Jarvis will be the highest standard of any residential building yet in the Hamilton area. And for us, it's really, a lot of this is driven because we're very passionate, as you said, about design. As our slogan states, the mark of exceptional design. When you look at anything that Emblem does, I mean, I'm biased, but we really believe this. When you look at anything Emblem does, you could see the attention to detail, you could see the attention to quality, whether it's the marketing materials we use or the font that we pick. We spend a lot of time considering every single detail. And that's important because that's what creates a better project, a better building, better suites. So all of that time and consideration is being applied here to One Jarvis as well. Myself and our team have been very hands-on with all facets of it. And you can see it in the quality. Even though this is the first building of a multi-phase launch that we're doing, when we build a building, we want to make sure that we always ask ourselves, 20 years from now, will this look good? Will this look good aesthetically? Will this look good because of the building materials we've used? And if we can't say yes, then we go back to the drawing board. And so when you look at One Jarvis, you could see that it has a timeless design. It's one of those buildings that will look beautiful 10, 20, 30 years from now. And whether you're an end user or you're an investor, these are very important considerations because there's a lot of buildings that look good today. And you know from experience, 3-4 years later go by and they look like they're 20 years old. And that's not good for an investor or for an end user. So when you look at this building, you see right away, on the outside, there's no stucco that's used or EIFS, any of the more cost-effective building materials. What we're using here is only quality building materials, generally found in buildings with a much higher price point. Brick, stone, glass, floor-to-ceiling windows. And that commitment to quality extends all the way through the project in the amenity spaces and the suites. As we did with Artform, the standard finish here is very high. The suites all come standard with European design kitchens, full stone slab backsplash. There's no tile. That stone, the seamless design with the countertop matching, creating a very seamless look. The bathrooms, there's no curtains. It's floating glass showers, but with frameless trim, so the glass feels more open, more airy. All of these type of details, the floor to ceiling windows, again. So for us, it's really about every detail. And then on top of the finishes, there's a lot we do that buyers don't see. For example, the number of renditions back and forth with the architect to make sure whether you're buying the smallest suite in the building or the largest suite, that every inch that you're paying for, you can use. And again, that's really important and not tangible, not noticeable when you look at floor plans. But this is why the reputation of the developer and the commitment to design really matters. As you know from experience, if you walk into 3 units that are all 600 square feet, they don't all feel the same size. They don't have the same openness, the same airiness. So we spend a lot of time making sure that we're going to achieve that in our suites, because as buyers go from floor plans to actually moving in, that's what makes the difference of just the building and exceptional design, which is really what we're after in everything that we do.
Yeah, I've noticed that, talking to you for Artform as well, and you have, a huge sense of pride and ownership in the projects that you guys are bringing to the table, which is honestly a great thing to see in the development industry. I want to thank you once again. Thank you for taking out your time for this interview. We're super excited for this project. I have multiple people, especially even my own family and friends, want to buy into this project. especially people that want to, you know, explore something outside of downtown Toronto, outside of the GTA. And Hamilton is probably one of the best places that you could be right now, just as Kash mentioned. So once again, Kash, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And you know what? Let's get this sold.
Thank you, Bikram. It was good to be with you today.